Oh my gosh. Huh?
What are you doing?
Adventure with Sequoia.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right now?
So what are you doing out here?
We're learning about other cultures and our rights from the Coast Salish, and learning about what plants are underwater and what happens when we're on the canoe, and like all these other names that I didn't even know that existed, and all these rights that we had that I didn't even know that we existed in my life, and that kind of makes me upset.
What are some of those rights?
Like, we were on this land first, and it got taken away from us, and that kind of hurt. And coming here and not knowing the language, it makes us feel so small about ourselves. At Blue Senior, he came and tried speaking the language, and he said he just felt so small yesterday. Coming to get people, he just felt so small not knowing the language. He's trying to speak it, and he said that he felt so small and it hurt. Seeing him cry like that.
Do you plan to learn your Lummi language?
Yeah, try. Tanya, I don't know how to say Latitsin. I don't know how to say her last name. She's teaching us, and I just got the first 2 sentences down about how to introduce myself. I expect that I want to learn more from her because she's a really good teacher, and she wants to pull us together and learn harder and more Lummi language. She's still learning herself too.
Let's see what you know so far.
Oh my God, Ellie. Why did I say that? Okay. It's OCM, Nishalachisium, Cadence, and Snat. That's all I know right now, but I'm hoping to learn more. She's a really good teacher.
Cool girl.
Hey, I think he meant you have to go that way around and go down the rocks. Can you make it? Are you okay? It's like looking at your face and it's different.
So what are you doing out here?
I'm teaching Lummi language to students that are with us, that have been camping with us all week.
Where are you guys camping?
On San Juan Island by Jeez, it's somebody's property. I don't know whose it is.
Do you know why these islands are important?
This is where we come from. This is our home, where we used to stay. Our ancestors used to stay.
Yeah. And how is it teaching?
What is it? It's kind of hard. I'm trying to learn how to teach and being patient with everyone. It's kind of hard.
What have you learned out here?
You know, just pretty much, I guess, that it's our land and that this is where we used to stay and that our people used to, you know, go island to island for different things, like one island for a clam bed, and one island to go hunting or things like that.
I did that in Hawaii when we were over there. Got a pair of sandals, brand new sandals.
Yeah.
Got over there and this guy, they had a wharf about a quarter mile out, and he was fishing. And I told him, let's go out there. So we went out there and the tide was coming in and the waves were coming. By the time we got to the end to get off the shore, the water was up to here. And we were walking along, and I enjoyed it being out there. We were walking up the street, got back to the
Lucy Jack.
Oh.
Try. Try.
I tried. He evaded.
Humanness. You just want to know where we're at. This is Henry Island. We're at a place. The place is called Henry Island in the English name, and in the traditional name, it's Lachlinqua, Open Bay, on Henry Island. So that's it's tied to the family name Sahana. Sahana would have reconnected here in this Lachlinqua territory. So that connection comes to me through the naming Sahana today.
And he was your grandfather?
Yes, he was my grandfather who carried Sahana. And so we're going down that historical lineage and bringing the kids back home.
And he left in what year?
I think it was 1977.
Not long ago.
No.
Oh.
So the historical properties for Sahana dates back to the origin of the people here.
Yeah.
There were several versions of Sahana. The last known Sahana was Herman Olson Sr.
Your grandfather.
Yeah, he reconnected here.
Yeah.
And in his oral dissertation in the Bolt decision, he said if he was to go back anywhere, he'd go back to Open Bay.
Right here. And that's in the testimony.
Yeah.
We'll have to bring that out. We'll bring that out
the,
when we tell that story, you know,
Yeah.
in the film.
And he would have reconnected with the WSÁNEĆ people.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
we have our relatives.
From Saanich.
Yeah.
And that's East Tsartlip, right?
Tsartlip and
Tsartlip and Sawat. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Uncle John is the language teacher for the WSÁNEĆ school district.
So he works with Tom Sampson.
Nick, he's doing his oral argument for his PhD degree on Tofficius formally in the Douglas Treaty language, which is similar to our usual and custom language, in the Point Elliott Treaty.
International law, it's interpreted
Yeah.
the same way then,
Yeah.
UNA and what they say.
Tofficius formally.
Yeah,
So this whole
as we understand it.
depth of this is coming back home as a Salish Sea without a transboundary border.
Mm-hmm.
Significance of all being here today brings us together in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
To the Wasanic and the Huklami-Chasan people
Yeah. Yeah.
coming here to this place of significance.
Mm-hmm.
Lachlingwa. We'll get it from Bill.
Okay.
It's hard to pronounce. On with that lineage of Sahana.
On behalf of him and the whole family,
And the
we're
place.
here, yeah,
For the place.
because of that. Yeah.
This is Sarah.
OCM.
Sarah Hart. This is Daryl. Oh, you work with Jessica. Yeah. Good. Good. That's beautiful. Over at the camp. Over at the camp. She introduced herself. I get it. I won't forget that. Common, kind of hard to stick in. Yeah. Good to meet you.
Discovery Channel.
Horrible. You guys are dressed in your regalia. I don't want you guys messing around in the sand. Okay? You guys are going to take care of them. I don't want to open the bins and see them not folded again. Okay? You guys are all older and mature and you guys know what it takes. I just want you to go down to all your elders and shake their hands and thank them for being here to witness this with you guys, alright? Miko, you're going to start down the Candace lane and move your way this way. Thank you.
You introduce yourself.
And your family.
Oh my gosh.
Pages.
Okay.
Don't sell them. Their adventure.
Case.
Yeah. That's pretty
Looks
good
like
powder.
Justin is
It's
black.
like powder. But it's all gone. Had a whole bunch. Troy had a whole bunch.
Looks like Justin's missing a little bit on his left
Yeah.
side. Not fading.
Doesn't he look like James Franco?
Keanu Reeves. The Matrix.
Oh, Ellie, can I try? I'll have to ask you.
Look at him. Here we are watching the world Kyle as he just stands there viciously. He finds a target and he walks away miserably.
Look at that wild animal. I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
And here's the wild Cheyenne.
He's
Get
going
it
in and
closer.
out.
Get
in
it
and out.
up close.
He's hungry!
Hungry.
Ellie said
And
film
here's an Isaac. Isaiah. Here's an Isaiah.
No,
You
Ellie
call
said
him Isaac
record
at
They
first?
should look. She
And
said.
here's an old
Record them.
That way. I'm saying.
Are we gonna dance?
Hey, I'm gonna get a snack. I'll be right back.
I get fairly lost though.
Taking random videos. Stop, Katie. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing it on Becky.
Stop, Katie. Only I get a film.
Because I'm left-handed, that's why.
You're not left-handed.
Yes, I am. I write with my left hand.
One day.
Hi, Justin. Justin.
When you do, you're just gonna do full-time school, or are you gonna try to work or do it online, or what?
She let me pretty Good guy. I was surprised I never caught that from me. I have like new kids are doing Facebook on my phone 2 years
Weren't you doing it online?
$1,400.
Like, it's weird 'cause you gotta like expect.
It's like you guys are no.
Like, there's pros and cons with
You
everything,
guys are
right?
picking up mine.
Doing it online or doing it on campus.
Whoa.
Very important. All of us. Yeah. All of us. Sacred is this place. Sacred, what we're doing. Really proud of you guys. And then go up. So proud of you guys. You guys did really good. Oh, we got to rest our heads for our people to rest their heads. You get to swim where they swim. You get to laugh when they laugh. There's memories in every place we go. The memories are in this ground here. They're here because our people are buried in the ground. Back to Mother Earth. So the memories will come. Our old people. They'll come to you if you ask them. There ain't no human being that can order these spirits around them. Rodney, you trying to claim? What?
3 little bags.
Run out there and grab chips.
I actually have a cooler of soda though. I have 2 cases.
Monkey business.
What? Hey, let's bring her out. I don't know how that happened. It wasn't planned.
Oh, was I paddling him? Ellie, he gets 1 day out of the year. It's today, so please. Runs this boat.
Go ahead, Elsa. Amazing.
Suits no hill quas and that tachel heat no Jason no qualia the that's a strike a dear kaias the family here is the one that has the work here today. Before we move on, we're going to call two witnesses. Siam nostalgia Siam. This time we would ask our relative from the house of Kwakwa Amas to sing a prayer song. This time Siam nostalgia Siam. Siam. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, Shashash, Kwakwa, Siam. Siam, the Stella Siam, the Skanoite, Stelum, the Kiakayat Siam, Siam, the Chukwapola, the Stelum Siam, Siam. Getting ready, we'll ask the ones that are getting the names and the escorts to go down the other end down here at the Is he going first? Yep. Stand right there and take it. eat when a clan well along as society eat kind of like such needing eat and strike. We wanted to thank the singers as well for the song, the Tushpakwallet, from the Clackamas people. The original 44 people just started not far from here. And then they began to settle out, and this is one of the places not far in this area here that the ancestors, their father and grandfather, came in this area here. So it's an honor here today on behalf of the two relatives here, standing before you in our Scalachis, the traditional territory of our ancestors, the homeland of our ancestors. We just want to thank the opportunity to be here today, Siam, the Scalachis, Siam. So with that, our relative here, Troy Olson, his father and his grandfather, he'll be carrying two names. One through his grandfather's ancestry, 10 generations back from him. There's a connection there, and that's where the second name will be coming from as well. His late Uncle Ray carried the name of that he'll be carrying. And we'll explain that in a little bit here. But the first name our relative will be carrying is Sahanap. 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 Sahanap is the name, the first name that he will be carrying. His cousin Johnny carries the name and will be sharing the name. The escort here also carries the name of Sahanap. That's why you see the different blankets on this one here. They're acknowledging the relationship they have with this name. And there's others that are up on the island that carry the name as well. And then we have a female version of the name of Sahanaplat. And that, so we be sure that we cover the ground and the basis for the name, the first name that he'll be carrying here. And then from there, it goes back 10 generations in his history. The elder Sahanap had 2 brothers. And this is the second name that he will be carrying. My cousin Salil and I come down that lineage of Hasmin, the Shayat, and then Sahanap, and then Huichem, when Huiquelet is the sister to those 4, the siblings. But the second name to the witnesses, he'll be carrying Hasmin. 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 Hasmin is the second name that our relative will be carrying here. And that the Shwalet comes down this lineage. Their father was Paluk, and then the ancestor was Swatan. The ancestor of Swatan is where the Shwala comes down into this history. And it just crossed the way here, the first man that are in our origin story that had brought the Shwala. So this is the lineage that this one here is coming from, Siam, the Stalacha Siam. The first name is Sahanap, through the Olsen side of the family. And then up, his ancestor 10 generations back had an older brother, and his name was Hasmin. And that name is also intended to go down through the other, at some time, to show that relationship through the other Sahanaps. And then I believe that a sister or cousin has a boy, that name will probably be shared, but when that gets passed on, both of those names, to be able to show that relationship so they don't get lost, Siam, and the history that goes with it, to your witnesses, Siam, the Stalacha Siam. Hasmin Sahanap, Siam, the Stalacha Siam.
The first name that he will be carrying comes The second name that he will be carrying comes from his father. The name is Calaxton. Calaxton comes from Penelican. Asiam Shilcha. first name he's carrying is Naketsi. 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 And the second name that he's carrying is Galaxton. 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 See, I'm just doing it.
Siam Nostalgia to your witnesses. Those are the 4 names. Each of them will be carrying the 2 names each. Siam. Again, the one over here, Sahanap, through his father's side. And then the second one is Hasmin. Then over here, through his mother's side, Nagatsi from Qualicum. And then his late father's side, Qualaxton from Penelcut's people, Kuper Island ancestors, Siam, to the witnesses. So those are the names that we have for these ones here, these 2 here. These the ancestral names that they'll be carrying from this day forward. And to the guest, we have an oral tradition, and it's the reason why we call upon the witnesses. They're always in even numbers, 2 or 4, but if there's ever a question that comes up in the future, that it will be the responsibility of these 2 to share what took place here today, what you see before you. That if there's any question about the name and where it came from, then they would be able to share that with the ones that have a question that may have not been here today in a good way. So that's part of our oral tradition, in that the way we do this here, Siam, this Chalacha Siam. And the relatives here, also to your witnesses, they ask that it be photographed so that it could be shared for the upcoming generations. It's a very historic time for our young ones here. They stand before you because of our ancestors of our past, our Salalofla. But they're also standing here for those ones that are going to be coming up behind them, so that they have some roots and understanding where they come from, and that this is part of our, not only our way of doing this here for these ones here, honoring the past, and also respecting the ones that are going to be coming up behind them in a good way. Siam Nostalgia Siam. So this is part of what they had on their mind here today, just the one work. To your witnesses also, they will be having a lunch afterwards, but we're here on the Pupiawat on the other side of the bay here. So Westcott Bay afterwards, and they have a little more work to follow through after this, but this is what they wanted to do with the name and part and ceremony part of this for them, and the respect and honor of their ancestor, and respect for those that are coming up behind them. Siam Nostalgia Siam. his name in heaven.
Loxton. I love you, Father. Only standing, honor the invitation. I reflect back when I first heard that name, trying to encourage my brother. He needs to bring that out. I'm glad, I'm happy for you. What an emotional day. Good feelings. To shed that tear in honor of a loved one. But only glad I could be here to be a witness. You're all a witness to this beautiful ceremony we carry on as Indian people. In a good way. Always had good visits to brothers. There's more to an Indian name than receiving it. There's a lot of identity that goes along with this. I'd like to say the family that come and support, acknowledging them family ties that you have. You're rich. You're rich. And you receive that name and you have the support of the Como people. You're very rich. I'm just honored to be here to bring my grandson to witness something beautiful as this. And I know that's going to be carried on. So I told him to keep his ears and his eyes open to what's taking place here. I'm honored that his mother let me take him to be here with us. Because we look for our future. I'm thanking you, Nagatsi. Kolokstin, Sahanap, Asmin. I'm thanking you this day, this beautiful day the Creator give us to follow your heart. You followed your heart, you're going to be blessed. You are truly blessed this time. For some reason it had to become this way. To acknowledge that beautiful way you Lummi people have. Not me, I'm Mr. Riverman. I'm poor little man, I got full. But just to throw a little humor in there. It's a happy occasion, but emotional. I could see it in you. It's okay to shed a tear. Because you're honoring that one. You're honoring your fathers and your uncles and the ones who carried that. These few words, I'd like to leave, thanking each and every one, Kwakwa Amos, the Canoe families that could be here to honor this invitation, this special day the brothers had in their hearts. Thanking the elders that could be here. Thanking the ones that provided the transportation on our modern canoes. Good. These few words, Haishka to the family, Haishka to each and every one that's here.
Siam, Quincham, Haishka, Siam, Agnes, Skano, 8, Snap, 8. Hanap, the Kaya Siam, the Skano 8, Swapal, Siam, the Siam.
la siem a quite la thati the this no stick on the thati no stick on the thati cornuck the house cornuck the snest the end kun I nes kwela kun che an squash che hela ti end kun se le len at the end at this west this nest the end on the stem see the right there see he looks this la kon ta det hela cha see me kun squash che hela look this sheet this I minus squash still hela kun cut this she at the end of see I met a stel kun still kun cut ha she the at the thin questes nested dingen te zijn dat je ziet ook uit die tang uit die smeertje dit questes nest te thin quest die could this questes wet het dingen toch zijn dat je weet ook zo shell dat no kweli ja sem shell ja klam is shell dat die met no kweli ja die en ook zie ziet de white tak dit kwel ook net dat kon halen na kweli ja zie die could het is questa jamok to the main lock. This questa swell that I did to sleep with. It is questa nest it jamok to the main lock. It is questa nest to Kulasam kan. You could just question on the net and Nana. I was at the end of the shade, not shade the end of the the end of the ni kunik nes la kontalat na kweli ja tiem tieno kontalat na kweli ja tiem Siitä vai nes kwala kan tiem na kweli ja kunt ana teachel ook so emak tau se uit dis kunik tieno smart dinge te sê tieno sê se tienes kus emak se dinge te uit kwala kun heel ook se kus la tieno Siitä vai nes kwala kan tiem ja Ja, maar ik zeg, die is eigenlijk wel een ja, contaal het nog weer. Quasi contaal het dus uit die en ook zeg. Uitsteed hier zit in wat ja. Die doet ja. Die kunt dus kwesties wel het is nest het zit hier zit in wat. Ik weet het nog weer ja. Ja, met kwesties hier. Hij is kan controleren dat is. Dat is kwesties is wel. Het is stil en kunst. Heel ook zie hem. Ik weet ook wel dat ik niet spelen op kunst met uitstellen nog zie hem. Hij is kunnen doen.
He still quiff zie hem. Hij got this kano uit squelt zie hem. Oh zie hem de stelletje zie hem zit stelquil zit nog de stelquil zie hem de stelletje zie hem. Hij got zie hem de stelletje zie hem. Zie hem. The name that he carries is the name of Friday Harbor, and that showing the relationship where his family comes from there in the area not too far from here, Siam, the Stelica Siam, Siam.
Yeah, I just about forgot to mention that part. My name's Stalkwith. My father, my late father gave that name to me. My father's name was Dave Elliott, first cousin with Herman and Howard Olson, first cousins. And their mothers were Cecilia Elliott. My dad's mother was Cecilia Elliott, and her sister was Auntie Marianne Olson, and the other sister was Mary French from over here in Puyallup, on Stalkwith, either Stalkwith there. We call Stalkwith or San Juan. High spell.
Siam, Annette Tatchel, Siam, eat onions, this what a hunup, eat the snup, the kite, Siam.
Siam. Spalala quoquanis Annette Tatchel, the tia squile, Siam, and the skeleton, Siam. It's a hike, it's a sallow falcons, it's a San Charleston, the tia squile. Oh yes, that's a snuff at the squile, Arkansas, and that's Unsali, Tia Squile. Unsali, Tia Squile, Siam. Unsali, Talnanga, that's on the Squile, that's a Hobo. Tia Squile. Unsali, Talnanga, that's a Squile. The Langan Lasani, Huyan Lasana, to Salalo Class, Chala, Tia Squachil. Lanta Salalo Class, Quanasana, Tachel, Tia Squile, Langan, that's a Chaya, Tia Squile, Siam. Remember what you're witnessing. You're all witnessing history today. As I was talking to you earlier today, this is the homeland of our Indian people. Many, many years ago, our people lived in these areas here, all throughout here, until the smallpox came and literally wiped out our people. I have to share this history with you so you will remember why we are where we are today. Long time ago, during the wars, our men went into the service, serving the United States of America. Our young men were the fishermen of the Shwala. The Hullanitum Quinnisanat Tachel, that's a Shwala. He took over our reef net sites. We lost some of our reef net sites. It's a Hullanitum Quinna, that's a Shwala, that's a Salala, that's a Skano Heaps. I Achantisana, it's a Haishka, I Tsayatsam, that's a Anschaya Squile. It's a Flanplani, that's a Anschaya Squile. Back there, you're all having a hand, all the ladies putting your hands together for the work that's taking place here today. I thank you for your work. The Achantisan, that's a Nischalacha, Nischalacha, Chetza, Chiefskan, Chaskano Heaps, Ngananga, it's a Inga.
Yahoo! Away! Yahoo! Away! Yahua! Yahua! Eayeli Sena! Yuhua! Yuhua! Zuhwala! Yahi! Yahi, 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 Yaho, Lohe, Yaho, Lohe, Yahwa, Yahwa, Eayeli Sena, Yuhwa, Yuhwa, Zuhwala, Yahi, 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 Yahi. Sim, ladies of high standing, Wallace Gayasakha for allowing us to be here on your land, to witness this great day when these two men take their names and their responsibilities. I want to thank my dear friend for inviting us down. My name is Gladliasila. My English name is Frank Brown. This is my Haida friend from Old Masset from Haida Gwaii, we just recently had a renewal of a treaty that we had. Our forefathers came together and renewed a peace after many generations of war, and we strengthened our bond and commitment to one another to work together in our interests as tribal people. And I asked him to join me, to stand with me in support of my dear friend who has a lineage to the Hunt family of Fort Rupert, who are our southern, the Hiltchuk from Bella Bella, southern cousins from the same language grouping. I've known his family for many years, and I hold him dear to my heart and with high regards. My brother came to my potlatch, my family, when I took my name, which I now share with my uncle. So when he told me that he was going to be taking a name from his father and mother, and he invited me, we made a commitment to come down to bear witness to this great business that's occurring. These are these important names, whether we're from Bella Bella, Lummi, or Haida Gwaii, or Nisga'a, or Tsimshians, or Tlingits. It's these names, as been stated by our knowledge keepers, that tie us to our places, to our traditional lands, our language, and our culture. I want to take this opportunity to commend these young people here and this canoe program. It's very commendable because if we don't have our practices, like the practice of reef net fishing and the customary methods that our ancestors had that connected us to the resources, to the land and sea, we might as well be like everybody else and eating hamburgers. This is who defines us and what defines us. Our inheritance that has passed down through the generations. Even in the face of colonization, colonizing forces. That story about smallpox is not only your story, it's our story. I looked on the charts when I was going to come down, and I seen a place called Smallpox Bay, just on the other side over here. When the governor of the Fort Hudson's Bay Company in Victoria, he sent our native people home when they contracted the smallpox when the gold rush happened. The miners went to Fort Victoria and they infected our people, and the governor took our people by cannon, by gunpoint, and said, "You go home." And when that happened, it infected a lot of our communities. That's a part of our sad history. But today, what we're doing is we're saying that we're not accepting these impacts of colonization, that we're standing strong and we're staying the course to the traditional teachings that have sustained us for thousands of years, and in fact are getting back to those traditional teachings. So I commend my brothers for taking their responsibility so that in time it could be passed down through the generations. And even though they're the ones standing on the sacred cedar bough and the sacred cedar mats, they can't do it by themselves. It's the CM, it's the families, it's the community, it's all of us uplifting, kakilaing. And that happens up and down the coast if we go back to our history, into our treasure boxes. And we have to teach our next generation. So I want to congratulate you for stepping up and taking responsibility. I'd like to give my dear friend a small memento to commemorate his great day. We made these Gilwa spears, canoe spears, and we gave it to the ceremonial leaders that came to our village of Bella Bella last summer for Gatuwas, for tribal journeys. And so I want to pass this on to my dear friend, to commemorate this day and take his responsibility to move down the path for our future generations. Way, Wallace Gayasaka.
Yes, yeah. Siam, height and skeno height, squel, Siam, the scholar Siam, when a quansons and on Kachits on Chilangat, each Chilangan. You understand the ways of your ancestors in a good way. Thank you for sharing those words for our relative and the gift that you give them, Siam.
I just want to say how to Dana for his family for allowing my wife and I to witness this historic event. He told me that this is the first time having the ceremony on your ancestral territory in over 200 years. And I just want to say how to all the people here to witness this. It's uplifting. As Frank said, you know, it's everybody here that's going to help you to hold you up. Embark on this journey, carrying your name and honoring your fathers and your ancestors that way. And before I just want to tell everybody my name is Gil Helens from Haida Gwaii. My people are Slunglanis, Raven Clan from northern Haida Gwaii. I just want to again say how thank you for allowing us to be here to witness this.
Siam, Aishka, Siam, Jalaka, Siam, Shwalaka, Siam, Angus as well, Akiakaya, Siam, Aishka, Siam.
Walap swatani, wait at the Nehimat, Talatan, High Tap at the Sawala Police, you Akai went. Square, Nila Lamato, Nana White Square, Others the Kuskusala was Sanak, Awas Yawanas. So he talat the follow up the Siaya. They la lamat Kanasiai. Chicken stewan. Our tennis startups to him stana. Came at the stewan. Daryl Haller. He made Ashifam away tana. It's an Haichka. The Wallop Messiah, so Muck Wallop, Matis and Stats Wallop. High Tapka, that's Aponi Falconus, Squallow and Siscusel of Mustimo. Mashitana, Awata Alahatston. ومقال أنت شونم ألم بسلالة تناكويل وسخيل تنكتيكا كاي كسنين كاي not like Philippa Sweat. So you can't just go and name yourself with the English name. We get our names to think of our old people. We mark ourselves. And every time you think, what should I do if I'm doing something wrong? You think of those names and you wonder, how would the old people that had these names, how would they act? Those names guide you. They direct you. Tell you who your relatives are. It's not just names. People from all over, we have relationships. And those names that we all carry, they tell us who our relations and family are. So it's not just names, it's guiding you to those people that are related to you. E. Collison, the names that you carry, respect it, because those people that you are naming come from a respectable place. Iyathat chitun siyaya. La lama chikun siyaya. Awichu qaqla ha. La lama chikun siyaya. Nitkai spal hakashu. You carry those names. You never know the person you're talking to might be close related to you. The old people used to say, Iyathat, be careful. When you talk to someone, always treat them as a friend, because you never know how close you're related to the people that are sitting around here. Hi, Safka. You know, I'm not much of a speaker. I never speak because I'm scared to make a mistake. But I thank you all. Thank the two of you for gathering all these people that are sitting here. Maybe they didn't know where they were going and what they were going to be doing. Like me, I came from the island. And if it wasn't for my one there that invited me here, I wouldn't have saw this gathering. The old people call this Sahanak. That's the Indian name to this kind of a work. Sahanak. It's not a dance. It's a place where you do naming or something else. And you gather up for maybe 2 or 3 days. That's how our old people were. They didn't have speedboats like that. They had canoes like that. They traveled. They rowed. And they stayed for 2 or 3 days before they started to row back. There's a lot of teachings that are missing. See? And today you brought this real good teaching. I never knew I was going to be involved in something like this, but I thank you for calling on me to say a few words. I tap I skoilan chui mashala patana koilan so he talakosu makala I tap. That's all taken this fall.
That have taken on a new identity, and like our speaker before me says, the responsibility carrying that name in a good way. I've been watching both of you for many years. And I like what I see. The way you take care of your people without having to be compensated. You just step forward and do what needs to be done to make sure your people are taken care of, to make sure your visitors are comfortable. That's the way of our people. Hospitality, sharing what we have with others. This is what separates us from the Quanitum. They look at how much they have, and we look at how much we give away, how we share with everybody. Make sure everybody gets a piece of salmon or a piece of deer meat, or if that's all we have. That no one goes without. And I want to thank Sahana for waking us up. You really have. You woke our people up, like shaking us up. And you stood by it. You never give up. Now, here we are. I never thought that we would see the day when we would have our gear out here. But here we are. This kind of a thing needs to take place throughout our territory, wherever. We haven't given it away. We haven't given it up. We haven't accepted any tala for these. So we need to remember that. We need to remind our young ones, this is still our homeland. As long as this blood runs through our veins, as long as the sun comes up in the morning and sets in the evening, just like when we were in that Treaty of 1855, we need to keep reminding our people who we are, where we come from. It's not just a game, it's a way of life, Sam, that we're practicing. This is who we are. Wilmo! Once again, I'm so thankful for this day. Thank the Creator, opening the way for us to be here. And thanking the families that stand behind. They couldn't do it alone, I heard the speaker say. They couldn't do it alone. They had to have the multitudes come behind them and hold them up. Now they can turn around and say, Aishka, thank you. Thank you for what you've done for me in my time. Once again, thank you. I'm thanking my relative for coming over. My good friend from Bella Bella, Haida Canoe Journey, old Canoe Journey friends. So I just wanted to say a few words of thanks.
Came out, I guess,
Not on the floor today, but out on the beach today. Sarah, I'm not sure where you're at, but thank you for we want to express our gratitude for allowing us to be here. Aishka. To my friends here, thank you for inviting us. My son, my wife, for allowing us to be here today to witness. It's a good day today. I've had the opportunity to be able to fish around here for a long time, and one of the guys was mentioning this a couple hours ago that how many times have we been in here at the beach? This is the first time we've been here on the beach. Thank you, Sarah. Roy, it's good to see you. I want to thank our friends from up north, Aishka. You young men too, I want to express our compliments to you for stepping up, accepting the responsibility from your family. I mentioned to Troy years ago, his uncle, Howard Olson, used to fish with my dad. And I was just a real young guy on the boat. And he told me about that this is where their family used to fish out here. They had reef nets out here. And they're from Saanich. I'll never forget that. I never mentioned to Troy that I'd heard that from his dad. I fished with his dad for years too. And their family came from there. Of course, I know where your family comes from, the Wilsons too. Mark and the folks from up there and your mom. And some of the Wilsons from Musqueam too. Again, Aishka for inviting us. Aishka for allowing us to be a witness here today. Yeah.
No scramble. Sleichholten, Siam. Stateless, Siam. It's giving you the headband as a memento for today, Siam. Hutcha Wilton, see him, Hutcha Wilton, see Dick, the handmade cedar mats, as a memento for today to bring back home to remember the day, he's given one each of the mats that he's standing on, If you pull at the same time, if you want. Randall has a name too. Chakleus, Chakleus, Wendell. I will.